Hey everyone, and welcome to day 25 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got the Amityville Horror 1979 movie review. This 1979 supernatural horror film has a family move into a house that had a family murdered previously, and it's haunted by something evil, so they better find a way to get out quick. As far as the story goes, what happens in the DeFeo family house? Obviously, this is based off of true events, and it is something that I feel like I can't even explain, but since I saw the 2005 remake before this, I kind of get a sense of what's going to happen, but you never know. Some things can definitely change between the original movie and the remake, and that is kind of what happens here, so either way, I see what's going on. As far as this movie goes, I feel like it started out as a quiet film, not much going. The movie reveals all of these different scary elements that I hoped would reflect the atmosphere of the entire film. Now, I wouldn't say I completely got that here, but I, just had to go with it because I had never seen this movie at all, so I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. As far as the casting goes, you've got James Brolin in the lead, and obviously he is the man of the house that is going to be mostly affected by all of these sort of supernatural forces at work, and I really think he does a pretty good job here, and I just actually love his acting in this movie, and I feel like you get to see his character's downfall, but I didn't realize that he's not completely on crazy mad. There was a moment where he did act like Jack Nicholson from The Shining, so I feel like that was his only redeeming quality, though at least he was still trying to be a family man and a husband. You've got Margot Kidder, who I had just seen previously in the Black Christmas movie, so it was really nice to see her play the wife here and the mother. She does a pretty good job also in this movie. I can't really say as much about her character than I do James Brolin's, but I know that she does play a good supporting role. And even those kids in this movie, I thought I was going to be annoyed by them, but the only one I was more concerned about was that girl, because apparently she had made a friend with a ghost. And another character to mention, sort of, is that babysitter, who I thought sort of got off easy with what was sort of happening to her in this movie. Now, if you've seen the remake, you know that that gets a little bit crazy. Here, I don't see it that much, so maybe I was a little bit happy about that. The things that I did like about this movie, the first scene with the priest kind of reminds me a lot of a movie I saw. I think you might know where this scene sort of was spoofed in. Having him there was a good idea, but apparently the house didn't agree. This movie did have a lot of dark scenes in it, but I wouldn't say, or I didn't really care too much about them, and I feel like I didn't appreciate them as much, except those red windows that looked like eyes on the house when it was dark. That looked really creepy. Unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie, I felt like this movie really dragged on, and I was getting kind of bored watching it, and I don't understand why. I feel like there was just so many gaps in between this movie that didn't really feel consistent, and the effects were obviously not my favorite, and I didn't like some of the events that were placed in this movie, and I just didn't like how certain scenes occurred, and it just looked really bad. Overall, I would say that the Amityville Horror wasn't my favorite movie. It might have been scarier back in the day, but I honestly don't see it being a true classic here, even though there were a few scares here and there, but not enough to really keep me interested. So I would recommend checking this out. I just feel like you might not enjoy yourself as much. So I would give this 3 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the Amityville Horror 1979, and come back tomorrow for day 26 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, coming up for a Trail Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.